Hello and welcome to the show. This is the Fear Free Human Show with Zen Cryar DeBrook, and I'm really happy to be here. We are all about supporting people in being able to use their internal guidance system. The internal guidance system is something that every single human being has been born with. And in that, they are able to check in with their body, but really it's something way bigger than that because there's a wisdom, there's a connection to your divine blueprint, and allowed them to be able to work through situations that have been habitually causing problems in their life and be able to clear it and get on and have a new experience that seems miraculous, but actually I believe it's just the way we're supposed to be living. And so this show is primarily about coaching. It's really about supporting people and getting through the blocks and the challenges and the limitations that they have in their lives. And in that, what I've been doing at fearfreehuman.com, if you want to find out more about me and the show and how to be a part of this show, is you go to fearfreehuman.com. And there I have courses, simple, easy, effective, affordable courses that allow you to get in touch with your internal guidance system and then come on this show and get coaching with me. We already have people lining up to coach today. And so I'm going to just dive on in because I think the most important thing is to help as many people as we can in the hour to an hour and a half that we have together. And so I'm going to go with Julia and then Catherine, and we're starting with Julia, and we're just going to dive on in. Hi, Julia. Let's see here. There we go. Hi. I'm going to go ahead and let's see. We got your mic. I can't hear you. That's okay. Hold on. Let me see if it's me.
There I am.
Go. Hi. All right.
Hi.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I took your Fear Free Human class.
Wonderful.
And I had a question because it's given me difficulties with interpretation with what I get.
That's okay. That's what I'm here for.
The thing you taught us was if you're closed, it means it's not true or it's not going to happen.
Yes.
Okay.
But it depends on the thinking. So you got to, yes. So go.
Okay. So I believe that I heard you say in the course that closed was always fear.
Yes. There's always a basis in fear.
Okay. So if it's not true and it's not going to happen and you're closed, that also means you're afraid of it. Is that right?
No, I wouldn't say that. So what I would say is that underneath irritation is a fear that a person in your life will never change. Irritation is always with a person. Frustration is always with a situation or a thing. So the fear behind frustration is the situation in my life will never change. Guilt, the fear behind it is I'm a bad person. Guilt is always closing, and it's always a situation where there's false rules that someone taught you about what makes you a good or a bad person, and they don't apply to you in the situation that you're feeling guilty about. Does this make sense? So when you go deep into it, procrastination is about not getting enough done or falling behind or being less than in comparison to others in your life. There's always a fear of that. So it does always boil down to a mental fear in the end. So can you share with me what what you're getting your closing on?
I have a kitty that's really sick.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about what I should do for her.
Okay.
And whether or not she's going to make it, of course. But also, do I take her to the vet? Do I not? Was the question. What remedies could I use for her to get her to feel better? What do I need to do next? Those sorts of things.
Okay, good. So because this is emotional, right? Is this a kitty? Have you had this kitty for a while?
Yeah.
Okay. So because it's emotional, it's going to be a little bit more difficult as a beginner. As you get more training in it, it won't be as difficult. So the first thing that I would go ahead and it's not about asking questions. Okay. It's really about, tell me about what's going on with the situation.
Okay.
With the kitty.
She's had a whole lot of things going on with her health-wise. But I think we've got them all cleared up except this last one. And I finally took her to the vet because she was so terribly sick. She's quit eating, quit drinking, hiding.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And so I finally took her to the vet, and they said, this could be very serious. It's Friday. We'll have the labs back on Monday. We'll see. And so I'm giving her antibiotics and trying to get her to eat and all of those sorts of things. Trying to figure out things like what might tempt her to eat or drink or those sorts of things is what I'm trying to
So,
do.
well, here's the first thing is so as you're thinking about her not eating or drinking, are you closed? Is it creating anxiety?
No,
Okay, so as you're thinking about trying to get her to eat, that she needs to eat, you feel open.
not right now. No, I don't.
Right. You don't. Okay, so here's the thing. Very often when a cat or a dog, specifically cats though, when they are sick or they have an injury, they crawl up into a hole somewhere and they fast, which is amazing for the human body as well. That's when all of our human growth hormones and all of our stem cells get released. A cat will fast because the cat's body knows that the fastest way to healing is to not take any fluid or any food, to just let the body clear it out. So that way, because the energy doesn't need to go towards the processing of food or water. So it may be so this is what I want you to check in, your anxiety about your kitty not eating or drinking, right? Is the anxiety means you're closed and that it's perfectly all right for her to, or is it a she or a he?
It's a she.
I felt like it was a she. So it's perfectly all right for her to not be eating or drinking right now as she's healing. And just hold that thought and notice if it brings you a sense of ease.
Yes.
Yeah. So let it be. Don't push it. Our bodies and the animals' bodies know what to do. So don't worry about her needing to eat or drink anything. Leave her alone. And then the other thing that I would say is, I have pups who are older, and for me, I'm not. I have a boxer, and she has a possibly cancerous. People, you can judge me how you wish to, but we had a mass removed and they wanted to test it to see if it was cancer. But she's 12 years old. Boxers live to be 12, 13 years old. And I'm not going to put her through radiation and chemo and all these different things. So we chose not to have it tested because I didn't want the fear of cancer in my energy while I'm being with her, because they're so aware of our energy, right? And when it's her time to go, it's her time to go. And we're just going to wait and see when she's feeling pain and it feels opening, we're going to let her go. So with your kitty, the thing is this. I believe that animals come in and out really quickly, unlike us humans. They're more free in their capacity to just reincarnate, re-exist. They go back to being a kitten, right? And so the thing that I look at is my cat ready or is my cat wanting to stay? That's what I would look at, more than what you want to do for the cat or what you need for the cat. Okay. Right. Because if she goes, which I understand the pain, trust me, I have a feeling you'll get another little kitty who needs you just as much.
I already have 6. I think 5 would be fine.
5 would be fine. And yeah, I agree with you. Okay. Not that 6 is bad either, but all right. So the whole thing is just be with the piece of, if it'll open you if there's more to be done, but it'll also open you to just let her be in her experience. And for me, we got yes to take the mass out, which cost a certain amount of money because it was uncomfortable for her, but not to do anything else. So that's how you use your IGS. Is not sitting and asking questions, but it's strategizing through, is it her time? Would she want me to go through? Like, I don't think my dog wants to go through chemo and radiation. No human being wants to go through that. Why would I do that to her, right? Make her sick. And for myself, it seems very selfish. And so really just kind of sit with, is your cat happy to be going now? Because they don't want to be in sick bodies. The way of the world is that something would take them out because they're weak and they just come back fresh.
I have one that I've had twice now.
I have had a cat I've had twice too.
I call it reincarnation.
I like that. I like that. First time it was Pumpkinhead, and the second time for me, I named it Kata, but it was definitely the same cat. It
Yeah.
really was. I feel that way too. So, and yeah, I feel that way about my pets too. So that's how you use it.
Okay.
Really.
Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. And if you're feeling anxiety about something, that means what you're thinking is not true. So if you're feeling anxiety about them not eating, they don't need to be eating. If you're at peace in the thought that I need to get you hydrated, and you feel peaceful about it, not anxious, then you need to get the cat hydrated. Does that make sense?
It's interesting you would mention the anxiety because she was the most confident cat I'd ever seen. And we moved and she just went into complete anxiety. And she still hasn't recovered. It's been 8 months and she's still just a mass of nerves.
It's interesting because, and that may be why part of it is she's trying to go. Like my Katta, which was the cat that reincarnated from Pumpkinhead, I believe, which I know sounds really crazy to all you out there, but I truly do believe that. They did the same things. It was crazy. It was him and I for 8 years. And then I met my husband, and it was my husband and his cat, Kenny. So it was the 4 of us. And then it was the dog, and then it was the baby, and then it was the 2 other cats that were kittens for the barn, and then it was a new dog. And at that point, my cat was like, I just didn't sign up for this. I signed up for me and Zen. The man was okay. The other cat was okay, but all this other stuff, and he ran behind my wheels in my car one day. I like literally calculated. My husband watched him do it, and he was ready to go, and he couldn't figure out a way out because he was like, this is too much chaos. It is too loud and too much. So maybe the new house is just not where she wants to be.
It's possible.
And she might be just finding a way out to come back when you're ready again. Okay?
She's a good kid. Yeah. Thank you.
Right on. You're welcome, Julia. Nice to meet you. Thank you for being on the show. I love it.
Thank you.